Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One-of-a-kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy myself, they can't charge me.
Back to Cognac's Corner. I'm here with Patrick Christiano from TheaterLife.com.
Hi, Cognac.
Darling.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. Isn't this a spectacular event tonight?
You look fantastic. You really do.
And so do you.
You're sweet.
So tell me, darling, tell me what you're up to. I understand that you're into a lot of different things right now here in the Hamptons. I want to know all about it. I want to know all the gossip.
The gossip. I can't gossip on television.
But you can tell me about all the wonderful things that you're working on.
What I really wanted to talk about was the play that they're doing, because
tell me about
dinner
it.
over
Tell
here
me about
is
this wonderful play.
Oh, it's fantastic. It came from the National Theater. This wonderful new playwright, Maura Buffini is her name, and it's a very provocative dinner party.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's got surprise ending, and it's actually one of the best things I've seen in years. And Liz McCann, who is one of the producers of Hair. Cool. You know, Sybil,
She owns a theater.
Well,
yes.
Sybil back in the 60s, she was married, she was part of the Richard Burton, Elizabeth Taylor scandal. Do you know all that?
Well, Sybil was his first wife.
Right. And when they divorced, I don't know if I should talk about this.
Yeah, talk about it. My audience wants to know. We want to know.
Sybil created this fabulous place called Arthur's, which was a discotheque, and all the famous people came. It was like the in place to go.
Yeah, I know. John Collins used to go to that.
Yeah. And,
Arthur's, I know.
Yeah, and she's been networking ever since with theater people. I mean, she's always been a big, she pushed Richard to do more theater stuff at the time.
His first wife, Sybil.
Yeah,
But he was so captivated by Elizabeth Taylor, that was the end of that.
Well, he got
right?
He got a little drunk. What can I tell you?
Yeah, he got more than a little drunk, darling. More than a little drunk. It's a funny thing that you mentioned this about Sybil, his first wife. I'll never forget, I once watched an interview on television with the brother of Richard Burton, and he was being interviewed about his brother, Richard Burton, and Elizabeth Taylor, and he had just separated from Sybil.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought Elizabeth Taylor home to meet the family.
Right.
So the brother knocked on the door, and he thought Richard Burton was going to come. His brother, he thought Richard was going to come to the door and, knocked on the door and said, breakfast is ready, come downstairs. Who comes to the door? Elizabeth Taylor. Well, he didn't know where to look. First he looked at the eyes, and then he said, oh shit, those eyes. Then he couldn't look at those eyes, and then that enormous cleavage she had, he just did not know where to look. And for the longest time, he couldn't understand why Richard left Sybil. But then when she opened up the door, thank you very much.
I'm good, thanks.
But then when she opened up the door, thank you very much, and let him in, he says, now I understand why you left Sybil.
He got intoxicated.
There you go, darling. Elizabeth Taylor can do it to you every time.
Yeah,
Tell my audience more about theater.com.
Theaterlife.com.
Theaterlife.com.
Theaterlife.com. Well, we've been around for about 3 years now. We cover, all the theater, for theater buffs in New York City and the Hamptons, because we kind of cover the territory that we hit. We're members of the Drama Desk and the Outer Critics Circle. I'm on the Drama Desk nominating committee. So we see everything, and we cover it all on our website. And we cover the social scene a lot out here and all the parties that go on in the Hamptons. We cover the New York Hamptons networking scene, but how it mostly relates to theater, but we branch into a lot of other areas as well. So check it out. It's really cool.
I am going to check it out.
For theater buffs.
Theaterlife.com.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Cognac.
You're going to give me a kiss goodbye, darling.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll be back in a moment with more celebrity interviews. Keep watching. Big Champagne Kisses.
Brother, what a day. I nearly hit a mountain back there. Cylinder cut out just at the bottom of a dive, squirting oil. Boy, that's the closest I ever come, I tell you. Listen, you want me to stop this? I know how you feel, Rosalind. I never liked this part myself. Truthfully, the only part I enjoyed is the flying. You want me to stop it?
You would? This is Mr. Eli Wallach, movie legend, Mr. Eli Wallach. One of my favorite movies of all time was with you and Clint Eastwood, that fabulous Western.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
You said it, darling, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I'll tell you something. Sitting right over there are 8 of my books signed. It's called The Good, the Bad,
with
and Me.
Marilyn Monroe.
I made the last movie with her and Clark Gable.
Yes, The Misfits.
The Misfits.
What was she like? Was she anything like me? Beautiful and blonde and buxom?
She was all of that. And you are too.
Thank you.
Now I'll tell you who I just finished a movie with 2 years ago, named Kate Winslet.
She's gorgeous.
Kate and I did all our scenes together. It's called The Holiday. You know it? The Holiday.
Tell my audience about it.
The Holiday. You should get it. It's with Kate Winslet, me, Cameron Diaz.
Tell my audience, what was the most favorite film you ever made that you loved, really loved making?
I have 3 children, and if you say to me, which is your favorite child, I won't tell you.
It's hard, I know, it's hard.
But my first movie, I just spoke at, it's called Baby Doll. It's written by Tennessee Williams and directed by Kazan. Did you ever see it? No. You did?
Yeah, I did.
That was my first film.
You've made so many films. How many movies have you made?
About 80.
80 movies.
80 movies. 80 movies.
And you are an inspiration. I'm an actress, but you are truly, truly an inspiration.
How old am I?
I don't know.
I'm older than Walter Cronkite.
Are you really?
I've been married for 64 years to my wife, Ann Jackson. She made the last movie with Ingrid Bergman, with Frank Sinatra, with Walter Matthau, with me. Oh, we made a lot of movies together. And Sinatra. She's a lovely
actress. Was he one of your pals, Sinatra?
Yes, he was. If you read my book, there's a whole section about me and Frank.
Goodbye, darling.
What will he say? What will he say?
And we are here at the Bay Street Theater Benefit Bash. And I'm here with these 2 ladies. Introduce yourselves to the camera.
My name is Mia Grosjean.
Joanne Carter.
Can you tell my audience about this dress?
Yes, this dress belonged to Sybil Christopher, our artistic director at Bay Street, and she wore it in the mid-'60s to an opening of the Royal Ballet in New York, and it's a size 4, and it's completely handmade and all sequins done, and it's just a beautiful dress. I mean, I'd love to be able to wear it, but I'm not a size 4.
Nor am I.
Well, it is certainly gorgeous, and this is one of the items that's going to be auctioned off tonight. Am I right about that?
Precisely, absolutely. Actually, it's a silent auction right now, so people are coming, but I'm looking around for perfect woman. And it's hard to find a size 4. Actually, it would be great on you.
I know, and it looks good with my platinum blonde hair. Thank you so much for telling me all about this fabulous dress. And we'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more celebrity interviews. Keep watching.
For the cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your baby. It's been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.